Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. Today is very exciting. I have officially been releasing and kind of showcasing off my new framework called Rubedo. Now, this is not Rubedo the anti-cheat I used to work on my videos. I have reframed this project, reused the name, but Rubedo is this new framework that allows you to import and export and kind of configure and node modulize add-ons. So I know that sounds kind of crazy, but let me walk through how and what this is. So basically, I have created a framework that allows you to import modules and import packs straight into your add-ons. So as you can see, this is a normal Minecraft Bedrock add-on, right? Normal add-on, looks very normal. It has a normal add-on look. However, if you check out the manifest, you can see there's a new modules, a Rubedo dependency property inside the modules. Now, Rubedo dependencies is a new feature that you can add to your modules. It's nothing to do with Minecraft. I've created its own thing. But adding this to your modules and installing the Rubedo dependency will allow you to extend and use your pack with combination of other add-ons. Now this is very important because currently I've had a lot of problems with extending my packs, separating out my packs, and kind of breaking them off into other small add-ons for their own dependency control. Now, because of this issue, I have decided and looked into so many other ways to get this done. Now, and because this issue is kind of complex, so let me kind of explain it. So normally with npm node modules, you would just import just like this. You just import into your pack, and then you can run whatever you want in the game. All right. However, with add-ons, usually they require some type of JSON or something external to make it work inside of Minecraft. Now, and this is a perfect example for my item database utility. So I've created an item database utility that allows you to store and get items from a database inside of Minecraft. So if you don't know, it's pretty difficult to store items inside of Minecraft, but I've created a database system for it, and I wanted to separate it outside of my add-on. One, so people could use it. Two, I could have good dependency control. And three, other add-ons can use it that I've created, and I don't have to worry about updating them each simultaneously. So it's very convenient to make this kind of database import. So basically, if you look at this, it doesn't look like a normal import. You can see it says smell of curry / bedrock / item database. Then you have the path to the item database model. And as you can see, I've just created some test code to run this. And it's very, very simple. So I can instantly import the item database mechanic. So if we go down here, actually, it should be up here. Yeah. So I'm creating a new item database. And as you can see, it's fully type supported, and the types just work perfectly. You can check out the types, you can check out the code it's importing, and that's thanks to a little tsconfig change. Basically what happens is when you run this CLI called Rubedo install, Rubedo install will install all of the Rubedo dependencies that are listed inside the manifest.json, and we'll port them over to a Rubedo modules folder. And as you can see, there is no Rubedo modules folder in my pack. That's because in my env, I have created a Rubedo's module directory. And I've done this because, as you can see, the file path to this is very long. And on Windows, it does not support this long of file paths. So I've created a Rubedo modules directory, which allows you to put your Rubedo modules inside of it. So I can show you that. Okay, so I've opened up the Rubedo modules, and as you can see, there is a file structure just basically importing smellycurry / bedrock item database. So all the things you import from smellycurry, and then it will have each file separately. And as you can see, this is a whole add-on in itself. And what's cool is that we're importing an add-on into an add-on, which allows you to like crazy exponentiate the security and all these other features. So as you can see, this Bedrock Atom database actually has an entity file. And this entity file is what allows it to store items. As you can see, it has an inventory. And this is needed to support the Bedrock Atom database. And as you can see, it has its own config, its own modules, its own events, errors, blah, blah, blah. It has all this cool stuff. And we're importing this item database module, right? So if we go back to the add-on, you can see that I'm importing that, like I showed you, in the index file. I'm importing that module. And what that means is I can access all of the valuable TypeScript code that is being used by that module. And also, let's say your module needs its own pack to run. I can just do import, and then I could say smelly curry bedrock item database, and I could say source.index.ts. And what's cool is it's going to build all of this. It's going to compile all of these add-ons together with this cool build script, right? Very simple. I haven't really changed much. It's not really that complicated. But basically, we're just importing the source.ts, and esbuild handles all the rest. So basically, it's able to read this, and it's bundling it like you just had it in a separate, like imagine you just create a separate folder here. That's exactly how it kind of handles it. And it's very, very smart, and I love it. So I've been using this actually in the PokeBedrock add-on, and you can see it works perfectly fine in my add-on, and it's very well extendable. So I wanted to make this video to showcase you guys what's going on, how it works, and maybe if you wanted to use it, contribute to the project, and get started with a Rubedo add-on. So I plan to make a video soon, maybe saying how to get started with Script API using Rubedo, as Rubedo can exponentiate your speed of getting started with, let's say, commands, with, let's say, anything. It's very, very useful. And I hope we can create an ecosystem around Rubedo, which it literally can import any add-on. It doesn't even need to be configured for Rubedo. That's what's so cool. Is if you just have a GitHub project, all you have to do is add it to this list, and you can, boom, straight up import the source, run the source into the code, and everything works perfectly fine. It's so clean and nice, and I love it. So you might be wondering, how does it import the entities? Basically, it just extends this with the Bedrock Atom database. It does not use the person name. It extends this and just adds this database file straight to your code. And ideally, you want to have a link, so you cannot change the file. But Minecraft does not support links, which is super sad. I don't know why, but they don't support it. But yeah, so you can just create it. Basically, what's going to happen is every time you run Rubedo build, it's actually going to build your scripts. It's going to build your index.js, and it's going to build your index.js map. And then it's going to also combine all your imported entities, loot tables, recipes, blah, 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 into one. And the plan is I'm going to be, and what I've been doing is converting PokeBedrock over to a modularized system, which means that it's going to make the public add-on so much better, as the public add-on currently is a fork of the actual main add-on with a ton of modules removed. Now, it's kind of sucks because it's kind of hard to manage the updates for that, and it's also hard to extend that add-on. And what's really cool about this is it removes all the complexity of, constantly git pulling, managing all the failures, blah, blah, blah. This makes it so much cleaner, so much better. And it just, look at this. It just looks amazing. And you have straight up TypeScript import, and it looks so good. And this all works perfectly fine. You just run npm run build. You can also do Rubedo dev. And Rubedo dev, anyways, I got to run Rubedo run build. Oops. So Rubedo build will basically just build the add-on, which it already did, and it works perfectly. So some Rubedo dependencies have updates available. So as you can see, I've updated smell of curry, and we want to update that actually. So if we do Rubedo install, it will actually update our Rubedo instantly. And also, what's cool about this, if you noticed, that this local path, you don't need this. You don't actually have to have this. local path is just a optional field which allows you to specify a path, for example, a development. So let's say you're trying to develop this Bedrock Addon database or your own type of module, you can straight up link the local path. And what's cool, it's automatically going to create a directory junction between your local path and the imported path here, which means any change you create in that local path will automatically pull to your thing. And you can just run Rubedo dev, constantly rebuilding. Anytime you make a change, then you can run super well deployments and, architecture framework. So if you do want to see some extensions of this framework and you want me to make some new videos on how it actually deeply works in creating your own test scripts, I will gladly do so. And let me know if this is something you guys are interested in, because I'm very kind of happy about this framework that I've built. I kind of created this out of the whim in the Bedrock Scripting API Discord. I asked for people to help me on it. Nobody wanted to help. I don't know why. Everybody's, not wanted to help with this. But if you're not in the Bedrock Scripting API Discord and you do want to get into add-on development, you need to join this Discord. As this is the hot spot to get anything with Bedrock Scripting API. So make sure you join that Discord, and that will be in the link in the description for sure. But that's going to be pretty much it for this video. I will also leave a link to the GitHub. Let's actually walk through the GitHub real quick. So this is the GitHub of Rubedo, and as you can see, Rubedo is a fast, lightweight, versatile MCPE add-on linker, and it basically lays down the purpose, how to use it, how to get started, how to build initial script. You can also quickly run a Rubedo init, which is basically like npm init, and it creates you a brand new add-on with just some test cases and all the cool stuff, which is super, super cool. So it gets you started instantly, and I love this. Love that part. But that's pretty much it. I haven't made any changes in a week from this video, but I hope you guys like this and actually star the repository if you are thinking about using this, as I want some stars so I can see that you guys are interested in it. And if you're not, just star the repository anyway, because, it makes this add-on look better. But, okay, that's going to pretty much it. Make sure to check out both the Rubedo GitHub and join the Script API Discord. And again, if you do like videos like this, make sure to hit the subscribe button, the like, comment what you want to see next, and I will see you all in the next video. Peace out.